It's one word. Numbers 14, verse 40. Sin. I need y'all to hear your pastor like you've never heard him before. We have got a problem with sin. Right here, Allen Chapel, we got a problem with sin. And don't say, oh, well, Allen Chapel got a problem with sin. I'm going to go CBC. They got the same problem too. You want to go to North Side? They got the same problem too. You want to church? Everybody's got the same problem. The problem with us is that we play with it too much. We've got sin in our lives, and God says you can't move forward into Canaan when you've got sin. You can't reach the level that I want you to reach if you keep holding on to sin. We're not talking about perfection. We'll explain it even more on next week. But there are too many of us who fondle sin. We love sin. We're in sin. We touch sin. We live sin. We like sin. And we want it all in our lives. And when we want sin, that's saying we don't want God. And this church will not experience the blessing that God has for it if we keep having a sinful mentality. You won't reach the level in God that God wants you to reach if you're still holding on to sin. Sin gets in the way. And we love it too much. I'm talking about myself now. And we must get to the point, and I never forget as I was hearing this sermon, and God spoke to me as well, we have to get to the point where we hate sin. You and I got to get to the point where we hate doing wrong. But we don't. We love it because it's fun. And we can look at each other like, oh, no, it ain't really that fun. It is fun. That's why we do it. But you only got two choices. You can keep holding on to sin and not make it to Canaan, where God wants you to be in this life or the life to come. Or we can let go of sin and grab a hold of Jesus. But the only way you can do that is if God places desire in it. I know some of you sitting here like maybe not paying attention, maybe saying this is too elementary, this is not for me. Well, if you got a problem with sin, we got to deal with it. God can't bless his people when we're in sin. He can't bless his people when marriages aren't what they should be. When we're living our lives one way here, and then as soon as church is over, doing a completely different thing. When we're doing the rest of the week, we're in all sorts of foolishness on campus, and we're into this person's this, and into that person's that. Then we want to come to church and see that God's going to take us to the next level. No, go now up, he says. I'm with you. And the only way that we can move forward in God is to let Jesus deal with sin. And I'm saying God has to deal with me. And as the leader and pastor of this church, we got to start dealing with sin. I'm not talking about dealing with sin, bringing this person to the church board and doing all that. No, we've got to start holding each other accountable for wrong. God won't bless us. We won't move forward in God until we deal with sin. Now, we're going to break that down even further next week.